Zacchaeus is completely changed by his conversion to Christ, as St. Luke pithily tells us when he describes the scene of his conversion in chapter 19 of his Gospel, and as Maria Valtorta tells us in more detail in her visions. I'm going to read now chapter 522 of the Poem of the Man God, which is in volume 4, and it's titled In Zacchaeus' House with the Converts, the Soul and the Error of Reincarnation, given on the 3rd of November 1946. It's really about, for my purposes, showing the influence of Zacchaeus, the good influence over other people who had been his partners in crime, if I can put it that way, during the life he led before Jesus. But it's also useful to note that Jesus will show us that reincarnation is an error, and that disposes of certain religions which hold to that idea. They are all gathered in a large bare room. It was certainly beautiful once. Now it is nothing but a large room. From the dining room and the bedrooms they have brought chairs and small beds into it, and they are all sitting round the Master, whom they have seated on a kind of armchair of engraved wood, covered with a long pile carpet. It is the most luxurious piece of furniture in the house. Zacchaeus is speaking of a croft bought with the money gathered among them. After all, we had to do something. Idleness is not a good medicine to avoid sin. The ground is not fertile as yet, because it was neglected, just like us. And like us, it was full of brambles, stones, barrenness and weeds. Nike sent us her peasants to show us how to clear neglected wells, to clean the fields, to prune the few trees left and plant new ones. We were aware of so many things, but not of the holy work of man. But in this work, so new to us, we really find a new life. Nothing around us reminds us of our past. Only our consciences remember it. But that is a good thing. We are sinners. Will you come to see it? We shall depart together from here, going towards the Jordan, and we shall stop at your croft. You told me that it is just on the road to the river. Yes, Master, but it is not a pleasant sight. The house is dilapidated. There is no furniture in it. We did not have enough money for everything, after making amends as far as we could for the wrongs done to our neighbour. With the exception of Demetis, Valens, and Levi, who are too old for certain sacrifices and sleep here, the others must make shift with some hay lord. Very often, I do not even have that. I will sleep on hay too, Zacchaeus. I slept my first sleeps on it, and they were peaceful, because they were watched over by love. I can sleep on it also tonight, and it will not be a restless sleep, because I shall be among men whose goodwill has revived. And he looks at those first redeemed men from every country so kindly that he seems to be caressing them. And they look at him. They are not men ready to weep. On the contrary, who knows how many tears they've caused people to shed? Their faces are like books in which their wicked past is written. And if now their new life veils the brutality of those words, they can still be deciphered so clearly as to enable one to realise from which abyss they are rising towards light. And yet their faces clear up and brighten. Their eyes look reassured. A light of supernatural hope, of moral satisfaction, shines in them upon hearing the Master say that they are men of goodwill once again.